Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and our discussion today is the question, what if talk about divorce comes up? Welcome back, I'm Paul Friedman, and we're going to talk about a what if. What if the talk of divorce comes up, and that means that it probably has, right? And it could come up when you're angry or your soulmate is angry and they go, oh, I can't take this anymore. This is too much. It doesn't have to be specific. We're going to get a divorce. Anything moving in that direction. First, let's talk about what it means, because it's not good, but it's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that someone shows up at your door with legal papers and your soulmate's not coming home. That's the worst. But in this case, you might turn it around and say, this is a good thing. Why? Because there's a message here. The subtext here is very simple. Our marriage is not delivering the happiness that both of us sought. Now, I'm going to go into this. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. It's a universal problem because we're not taught anything about marriage at all. Now, I used to be a divorce mediator, so I help many couples not appear in court. I would be the one to deliver the papers, and the judge would bang the gavel, sign the documents, and they'd be divorced. Now, in 2001, a couple came to me and said, well, we don't really want a divorce, but our marriage counselor sent us here because they said that our marriage is dead. There's nothing they could do. Can you help us save our marriage? Because you're a communications expert. And I thought, why not? Everyone thinks it's dead. We have nothing to lose. So I took a look at marriage and I asked a very important question. Why do we get married in the first place? Really? And so I started asking people, because off the bat, I didn't know the answer. And I started asking people, and everyone said the exact same thing. Well, this was the person I fell in love with, and I wanted to be with them for the rest of my life. Yes, but that's not why we get married. We get married because we want to be happy. I thought about that for a long time, and I finally prayed and I meditated, why do people get married? And it was like a duh, that's why. To be happy. We are compelled by our inner soul, by who we are, to be happy. That's what we want. God wants us to be in joy. God wants us to feel love constantly. Marriage is like a microcosm of love and joy, right? You ever think of it that way? And so if our marriage is not that, then we're going, what am I doing here? So here's what you do. You go, wow, I guess we don't know anything about marriage. Now, I wrote 2 books. This is not a sales pitch, but I'm going to tell you right now, marriage is literally a scientific entity. You could break it down and explain everything. I don't go for what's wrong here. We don't do it that way. Instead, we go with, here's how to live your marriage. Here's an explanation of your marriage. So I wrote 2 books. One is Breaking the Cycle. That was my second book. And I used that as a primer for the marriage counselors who I taught to be really good, effective marriage counselors. And the other book is Lessons for Happy Marriages, more simply put. And interestingly, the longest chapter is on the mind. And you might say, what? I thought marriage is all about love. Yeah. But our mind gets in the way. So I'm taking care of that which should have been taken care of and in the future will be taken care of in school when we're little kids. We should learn the basic. I'm a soul. I don't have a soul. I am a soul. I have a mind and I have a body. And if I don't take care of those 2, they turn on me, right? If you eat nothing but deep fried chicken, you're going to have high blood pressure, your body's going to break down, and you're going to die. If you eat nothing but chocolate cake, In eclairs, your teeth are going to fall out. They're all going to decay. You got to take care of your body. You got to get a little bit of exercise. Well, your mind too requires certain things. First, you have to take over your mind and make sure it's functioning how you want it to function. So that's really an important part of that. So now use your mind to calculate this. Talk about divorce has come up. It means that our marriage is not a happy marriage. This guy, Paul Friedman, is telling me that that's because I don't know anything about marriage. I guess that's true. So I could get one of his books, and if my partner is with me in this, we could read it to each other, and that works. But if not, let's say, for instance, you're the wife and your husband is going, I don't love you anymore. I mean, I still love you, but I don't love you the way I used to love you. Well, you're not going to get him to go along with working on your marriage together. So you just do it yourself. And in that case, the book's not enough. You got to get the online 12-week course, which is guaranteed for 30 days. You get a 3-day free trial, all the good stuff. But the point is, you will completely turn your marriage around. That's what's necessary for you right now. Don't dwell on this. Don't waste time. If you find someone else who can save your marriage and guarantee it like we do, go with them if you prefer. I don't care. But take it as a warning sign, a real warning sign that your marriage is not working. The equivalent of this would be like you got a Maserati and not knowing any better, you took it off-road. It's not going to work out. Well, your marriage is off-road. Let's get it back where it belongs. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it on social media, and leave a comment. And God bless you. And let's help you save your marriage. Take care.